And about 10 days ago, I got some news that, let's consider it bad news. It was unexpected and it was something of the negative variety. And it caused me to have a 12-hour period of time that was largely negative. Now, as a result of that period of time, I learned something pretty substantial about myself, and I learned something pretty substantial enough to be able to talk about it because I'm hoping that it will be something that benefits you as well. Now, oftentimes when we get sad news or bad news, we have an emotional response, right? It's natural. You feel sad, you feel angry, you feel frustrated, maybe disappointment, whatever it may be. But then you have a decision point or you come to a crossroads. Are you going to allow that emotion to then continue to take over the way that you operate? Or is there something else that comes in? Is there a mindset that causes you to shift? Is there, some other element physically that makes you say, you know what, I'm going to move in a different direction. Maybe it's a different decision that allows you to forget what happened. Those are the kind of things that, we often end up doing in our lives. And for the most part, it's fine. There are those occasions, though, where it's a substantially bad piece of news and you got to take, more than a day. You have to take maybe a week or several months or maybe even years to get over. But those moments that are a little bit more manageable, there are a large number of people who tend to basically just wallow longer than they need to. That sadness or that negative emotion, that disappointment just continues to linger, and it becomes more and more and more of a weight to the point where it becomes incongruent to the news. So let me bring you back to my story. There was a 12-hour period where I'm just down. I'm sad, I'm disappointed. Years of hard work have not come back to any kind of a, real fulfillment as far as I'm concerned. And I'm thinking about moving in a completely different direction from a professional standpoint, from a personal standpoint. And there are some mechanisms that I have in my, repertoire, if you will, coping mechanisms, for a lack of a better term. And so I started to, healthy, by the way. And so I started to engage in one of those, which for me is driving. So as I'm driving, I'm having this battle internally where my mind and my emotions are competing with one another. And ultimately, my mind just took over and I had almost no choice. And it was this out-of-body experience that I was feeling where there are things happening with my brain telling my emotions that there are certain things that we just can't do. This dude's not going to quit. This guy's not going to just move on. There has to be another fight. And so literally, as I'm entertaining the thought of leaning in further to the negative emotion, I'm getting physiologically ill. It's almost like I'm having flu-like symptoms. But the moment the brain took over, the moment that mindset happened, all of a sudden I felt this relief. Even though the shift in thinking is going to lead to a bigger challenge, at the end of the day, what ended up happening is that it revealed to me that the way of thinking that I have incorporated my entire adult life, for a lack of a better term or a lack of a better time frame, has led me to this season where I don't have any other choice but to think in a healthy fashion, even if it requires me to do really, really hard things that are inconvenient and not going to be anywhere near the soothing category. And so today, I really want to talk to you about the way to get to that point where no matter what scenario you are in, you will be able to fall back on a mindset that allows you, that forces you to be healthy instead of unhealthy. I'm glad you're here. Stick around because I think you're in for a great ride.